Hello, welcome to Gen Z Finance. I'm an older Gen Z on the cusp of being a young millennial, documenting my financial journey here on YouTube. Today's video is going to be an update and deep dive into my investments and passive income for the month of February of 2021. I have already posted my budget review for the month, so if you would like more details about my income and monthly expenses, you can check out that video, which I will link above. Currently, I'm showing you my net worth monthly changes spreadsheet. This is a spreadsheet I use to track the balances of all of my accounts so I can track my net worth and review the change from month to month and over time. I did want to say that if you are interested in this spreadsheet or a couple of the other spreadsheets that you see in this video, please make sure to check out the description box below. I do have a workbook for sale that includes this net worth changes and, like I said, a couple of the other spreadsheets that we're going to talk about. And I also have a full in-depth detailed review and setup instructions for how to use my spreadsheets if you are interested in further details and a demonstration on how it works. The link to all of those things will be below. The workbook is for sale for $10, but currently there is a 30% promotion to celebrate the launch of the product, so it is only $7 for the next week. So what we're looking at is row 14, this February 2021. You can see that between all of my cash accounts, I had about $23,455. My cash on hand actually increased by $985 from January of 2021, or about 4%. Next, we're going to be looking at my invested assets, starting with my 401k retirement account. By the end of February, my 401k was just under $13,000. This column AG tracks how much I contributed or invested into the account this month. 401k increased by about $1,800, so there was some investment growth on top of what I contributed this month, which was really good because near the end of February, the market was looking a little bit scary, but I guess earlier in February, it was doing well enough that even with those losses near the end of the month, I could still reconcile a gain. For my HSA, it is now at $3,726.29, and this is the invested portion. I do have to keep $1,000 of my HSA in cash before I'm allowed to invest the rest of it, but that cash portion is counted here in my all cash category. So we're almost at $3,800. I put in $258, and that is how much I expect to be putting in every single month from here to the end of the year. Overall, my HSA grew this month by 10%. Next, for my Roth IRA, I invested $500 as always, and now my balance is at $8,270. Again, it's all about a 10% gain. The last retirement account I have is a small pre-tax 401a with my part-time employer, and that is currently at $257. I contributed $18 this month, as 7.5% of my paychecks are automatically sent to this account. Now we're going to look at my taxable accounts. So these are still invested, but they're not in a retirement account. I have my taxable accounts at M1 Finance, and I have two accounts with two different pies. So for my index and chill pie, that is now at $2,319.08. $380 was contributed to this account this month. However, I only put in $200 of that. The other $180 was just made up from people using my M1 Finance referral bonus. So several people ended up using that link. So thank you so much to everyone who used that if you're watching this. So that's how I got $380 in this account, even though I only budgeted $200 for it. Overall, my balance grew by $430, which represented a 22.8% increase from January. And then finally, my last asset account is my M1 individual stock pie account, and I actually saw a loss. This is all unrealized gains and losses, but a loss of $100 and almost $5, which just goes to show you how good I am at picking individual stocks. So I have $565.49 in there. This section just shows a breakdown of all of my assets. So in total, I have $51,585.92 in assets. I don't have any physical assets. This chart does provide room for you to list physical assets, but I don't own a house and I don't include my car value as part of my net worth. That's my personal preference. So my net worth is just broken down into cash and invested assets. For the month, I invested $2,679.43. Next, we will look at my liabilities. The only debt I have here is just my credit card statement balance. So I pay off my statement balance in full every month, but the balance at the end of the month is never always at zero unless I pay it off earlier. For February of 2021, the current combined value on all of my credit cards cards of what I owe is $550.13. I do have this line item here, kind of similar to how I have in my assets column to track how much I invested that month. I have a column here to track how much I paid off that month, but I don't actually track that. But if you did have debt and you wanted to track how much you were putting towards each account every single month, you could use the paid off line to do that. I no longer have any student loans. Those have been paid off since September of 2020, so that is at zero. So in total, I just have the $550.13 in liabilities. And then all of these numbers feed into this net worth section. So for this month, my net worth ended at $51,035.79. Once again, the breakdown of my assets to my liabilities. This represents a $4,057 change from January of 2021 and a $79,234 change from February of 2019 to February of 2021. So in 24 months, my net worth has increased by almost $80,000 or 280%. That is insane to me. That is awesome. I'm really happy that I have officially passed the $50,000 net worth mark, and I'm definitely happy with the progress that I'm making on my net worth. So all of these numbers are then fed over to this dashboard that I created to just provide a little bit more detail. So up here I can select the month that I want to look at. We are going to focus on February of 2021. Once again, it shows my net worth and then the breakdown of my assets and liabilities. And then these 6 graphs just provide further details about all of my assets and liabilities. Once again, I won't go too in depth here, but if you are more curious about all of this, you can check out my instruction and overview guide. What we're going to focus on is we're actually going to blow up this assets by account chart and just take a little bit closer of a look at it. Okay, so I just changed the coloring on this chart and then just enlarged it a little bit, but here's the breakdown of my assets by account. All of my cash makes up 45.5% of my assets. And if you have seen any of my previous investment or net worth updates, you know that my cash on hand is shrinking as a percentage of my assets every single month. Even though you saw that my cash balance actually increased by almost $1,000, it's still decreasing as a percentage of my assets because I'm putting more money into my invested assets and they are growing faster. So that is good news. So I don't necessarily want to see my cash value decrease, but I want to see my cash as a percentage decrease. My 401k makes up 25% of my assets, my HSA 7%, my Roth IRA 16%, and then my M1 taxable combined accounts make up 5.5%. And then looking at my liabilities, again, it's just all of my credit cards. Next, we are going to come to this net worth trends section of the dashboard and filter the data. So I'm going to go to month, filter by conditions, make sure that date is before today, press OK, and that will just change the date range that these graphs are pulling in. So this provides you a quick look at my net worth over time. The good trend is you can see that my assets have increased over time and my liabilities have decreased, and that's what we like to see. You can see that reflected in my net worth overall as the line just keeps going up. So hopefully we continue to keep that trend going. Okay, and now it is time to review my passive and miscellaneous income for the month. So I'm looking at my passive income tracker, which I am including in the workbook for you, a more general version that you can update and edit to your specifications to track your own miscellaneous and passive income. But this is mine, so we're going to look here at February. You can see up top for my investments, overall my investments grew by $564.12. And I only experienced a little bit of loss in my M1 taxable account, which we touched on when I looked at my balance changes by account. So for the interest paid on any of my savings and bank accounts, I brought in $15.38. $15 of this was just from PayPal. I did like 2 PayPal offers where like they said, oh, if you make a purchase using your PayPal account, we'll give you $10. And then if you download the PayPal app, we'll give you $5. So I did those 2 things and I got $15 back. So that was pretty cool. And then I got 11 cents from my Chase savings account, 11 cents on $15,000. The reason that money is in there is because I'm completing a new savings account bonus. So I should be getting a $300 bonus sometime in March from that account. And once that happens, I can begin to move money out of it. For side hustles, I still have $0. I am now monetized on YouTube. So thank you all for watching the ads if you're watching them, but I have not yet actually brought in any money from it. I don't expect to actually get get paid out from YouTube until at the earliest April. For my cashback apps and referral links, at least one person used my Rakuten link down below to sign up for Rakuten and make a purchase of $20, and for that both them and I got a $20 cashback reward for that. And then for M1 Finance, I had 6 people use my M1 Finance link this month, and for each person who used that link and deposited $100, I got a $30 referral bonus. That $30 promotion is now ended. However, you can still get $10 back once you invest $100 with the link that's in my description box. So in total, I brought in $200.30 in cashback apps and referral links. Finally, the last passive or miscellaneous income I track at this point is my credit card rewards. I got $6.88 in points or cash back, and then I redeemed $2.24 of Chase offers in February as well. So in total, $9.12 in credit card rewards, which means that my passive and miscellaneous income was $788.92. My running total is $690.74 because I did have quite a bit of loss in January in my investments. And then if I exclude my investment gains for this month, I still had about $224.80 in passive income, which is really great. So of the $564.12 that I had in investment growth, $1.28 of that was actually dividends. The rest of it was all unrealized capital gains or loss. So this $1.28 is accounted for already up here. So I just track specifically what amount of the growth is dividends down here. I also managed to get money into the market on 10 separate days this month. And the way that I track that is using my 2021 investing log, which you can see here. This allows me to quickly track all of my activity for the month and across all of my accounts. I track what kind of asset I am buying and the total transaction cost. All of the activity that I enter into this investing log is then funneled into this matrix that allows me to track my progress towards my investing goal for the year. So far for all of 2021, I've invested $5,469.13, split up between these 6 accounts and across these 3 asset types. Again, both the investing log and then the investing matrix is available on the workbook that I have for sale in the link down below, and I go more in depth on how it works and how you can use it in the overview video. Okay, now we are just going to quickly review my investing and savings rates for the month. If you want more details on how I track all of this, I will link one of my previous videos where I explain it more in detail. But as we talked about previously, I invested $2,679 into the market this month. So my total gross income across all sources was $5,051.03, which means my investing rate was just over 50%. And that is my goal, is every month to invest at least 50% of my gross income. If we look at my net income of roughly $2,400 and the total spending I did for the month, excluding anything that I sent to investments, I spent $896.53, which means I did not spend, so you could consider this my savings rate, 62.8% of my net income. Finally, if we combine the 2 previous rates, I either invested or just did not spend $3,312.93. Once again, looking at my gross income of $5,050, that means I had a investing or not spent rate of 65.5%. My goal for this is to actually get it closer to 70%, so it's highlighted in yellow because I got close, but I didn't quite hit that 70% goal. Finally, the last percentage that we're going to look at is my giving rate. So I gave just about $99 to charity this month, which means I gave 4% of my net income. That is highlighted in green because that is over my goal of giving at least 1%. And finally, the last tracker we will be looking at is my safe withdrawal rate tracker. If we look at row 16, you can see my invested assets for the month of February to be just over $28,000. I then take the total of my invested assets and quickly determine how much those invested assets could provide me on a yearly and then monthly basis if I withdrew at 4%, 3.5, and 3%. As of now, I could withdraw about $1,125 every single year, and my $28,000 in assets would theoretically never deplete. Obviously, I'm not going to do that, but this is just a fun way for me to see how much my invested assets could provide for me as I track towards financial independence. Thank you all so much for watching the video. That's going to be it for my February net worth and investment update. If you are interested in some of the spreadsheets I used, you can go to my Buy Me a Coffee page and come to extras, and the net worth dashboard and passive income tracker is down here for you to purchase. As I mentioned before, it will be on sale for $7 for the next week, and after that, it will go to its normal price of $10. You can also check out the complete 25-minute overview video with the link down below so you can see all of the features before you purchase. As always, I hope you all are staying safe and healthy and that you have a good day.